This time. Oh, Courtney, that's fascinating. I just got your
Right.
Snapchat. Um, just to update you, Ashley, and you could probably send that, like, send a picture to the group chat if you wanted to, Courtney. Um,
Okay.
Courtney's wrapping a present for her father for Christmas, and
Mhm.
it has to be one of the best and dumbest wrappings that I have ever seen. Um,
Great.
it's a table, and she's wrapping it in a way that like very much makes it look like a table, but it's like super, and just looking at that makes me like hate you because it's like you put wrapping paper around every rung, like not even like um not even like around the whole thing, like you're wrapping it around like each rung of the table individually. I'm uh
It's great.
oh, so what I
So
was saying
fun.
about the masking pen. So it's a little bottle of masking fluid,
Mhm.
and it came with, I got the extra fine one.
Mhm.
Like, I can't even remember what the size is. It's in millimeters. It's so tiny.
Mhm.
And it's a little metal tube on a cap. And you take it and you screw it on to the bottle that you've
Mhm.
just taken like the actual cap off of. And then
Mhm.
you basically have a paint pen.
Okay.
It's really like, it's very interesting to use. I love the masking fluid. It's very good, and I can probably like find a link for it and drop it in the chat at some point, because it's definitely like, it's small enough that I have used it on stablemates without it looking big. I
Mhm.
don't think it's necessarily something that you could do like appy spots on a micro with, but you could
Right.
probably get away with doing like blocking off some pinto patterns on a micro with it, because you could even take a toothpick and like push it around.
Mhm.
I did do like, I think at one point I did try doing like appy spots on a micro with it, and it turned
Is
out okay, but it's not great.
is it when you take it off, do you have to peel it off or can you just like rub it off?
You can rub it off. I Because I had sprayed like so much white paint on top of this fella, and I'll dim
Mhm.
my, because I had so much white paint on top of this color,
Mhm.
I was very afraid of it smearing.
Oh,
So
gotcha.
I actually took a pair of like, even like eyebrow tweezers, and
Yeah.
just pull them off. Because he does have some like, if you rub him, there are some like ridge lines, and I did try to take like, the same kind of cloth that you guys have at work and like buff
Mhm.
him out. I got most of them, but it's definitely like, I mean, whenever you double mask like that, you're gonna have some no matter what.
Right. Well, did you seal him before spraying him with white
I
and masking
did.
him?
I did.
Okay.
My issue sometimes is that I get a little bit too impatient, and
Oh, yeah, yeah,
I'm trying to be so much better about that now. I actually, with him, instead of trying to like overwork, or like, overwork
yeah.
certain
Mhm.
areas on him, when I went back and when I was putting the gloss on him,
Mhm.
I I paid attention to the directions on the bottle and let him dry for 24 hours between gloss coats. Not the final sealer, but the that's what the glitter stuff said to do, was
Yeah, I was
24 hours.
well, like one of the sealers I started experimenting with is
Mm-hmm.
Winsor and Newton's
Mm-hmm.
matte sealer,
Yeah.
and it's actually very cool because when it sprays on, it's glossy, and then when it's dry, it goes completely porcelain matte.
Oh, that's cool.
But even after that, you want to wait like 24 hours because even after it's
Mm-hmm.
gone matte fully, when you touch it, it still picks up some of the oils from your hands and it'll leave shiny
Gotcha.
spots.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
Yeah,
But
like the stuff that I've had a lot of success using both dull coat, and then there's one that I picked up at Menards that's like, I don't want to say like it's cheap, but it's definitely like one of those like it's not Krylon. I want to say it's
Right.
Rust-Oleum.
Probably.
But it's got the like actual like squeeze bottle head on it, like that kind of
Okay.
spray paint. That is a flat matte, and that's what I use between like just between coats. Like if I do like a quick like sealant between
Yeah.
coats and I leave it, it's never my final finish. But that actually works really well because it is very flat. Like it's just about as flat as the dull coat is, which is super nice. But the stuff that I used on Skittles, and I probably could have gotten him even more glossy, but I'm like slightly afraid to do it on like something that I'm selling, you know? Like I probably could experiment with heavier gloss on something that I'm not necessarily getting rid of right away.
Right.
However, it's Tester's brand, but it's their spray lacquer. So now their dull coat is called like Tester's like matte something, or like Tester's like enamel, like spray enamel. One said it was an enamel, and one said it was a lacquer. And I'm like, oh, okay. So, Testers does really great for me right now. So let's see if the gloss actually works, because I've never had to use that before.
Right.
And I did test it on something else before him. I have that little mood ring stablemate that's actually back here. And I did a couple of coats of gloss on that and let it sit for a day. And not even kidding, within 2 hours, it was glossy and not at all tacky. And
Wow.
I'm like, that's insane. And I was a little bit worried because, like you said, with your one sealer it's glossy while it dries and then it goes back to matte. And and it doesn't specifically say gloss on that bottle, but it's one of those things where like the cap is, the like glossy.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I'm pretty sure it's gloss. We're gonna test it out. But yeah, I just to check it, because I'm like, I gotta experiment. Even to see if it was a little bit tacky, I tapped the horse and it was fine. But then left it for another 24 hours. Still fine. So I was like, well, I guess it's safe to spray Skittles. I probably will take like something stablemate sized or like micro sized, because I have a couple projects that I want to work on, and like actually try going high gloss with something just to see if it's possible with this stuff. Because I did like the glitter stuff that I had put on Skittles was a quote top coat. And I did 3 coats of that, and then 3 coats of the gloss. And he definitely looks like, at least, I don't even want to say satin matte, because I feel like he's definitely got that gloss shine to him. He gets those bright white highlights that you see on glossy models.
Right.
But I feel like I could definitely go more.
Right. Well, and then with like the issues we've had at with stone horses is that white doesn't like to show up glossy.
Exactly. Yeah, like I look at the spots on his butt, because he's got like some bigger like red spots on his butt, and it's like, it looks like a candy apple. Like they've definitely got there's definitely that shine on there. But yeah, it's just a matter of like 90% of his body is white.
Yeah.
So when he was drying, I couldn't even like tell. I'd like go check on him, and I turn the light on in the basement. I'm like, how you doing down there, bud? You glossy yet? Like, but yeah, like I kind of want to and this, you guys are either gonna love me or hate me for this. I really, really, really desperately want to do some weird ass deco color on Animar just to trigger everybody.
You so should.
I really should. Like, I really, really want to.
Like, you know, oh, you know, it would be so cool. Okay, so have you done the Halloween horse from the quarter horse on anything yet? Not the bone bit, the other, his natural coat.
No.
That would be cool.
Oh, that would be cool.
Because it's very like Phantom-esque.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That would be crazy. Because I know Courtney, at one point you said you're like, oh, I'd really like a leopard Appaloosa on that. And my mom and I were discussing like, oh, what colors could, you know, because my instant thought with almost everything is paint it black. Like, that's paint it black.
Oh, yeah.
And I do think that would be excellent on Animar. But then that little demon voice in my brain goes, okay, what if I make it rainbow? Like, or even like just some, I mean, because I have some really fun like pigments and stuff that I haven't used yet, and I'm like, huh. Maybe.
So you know what would be really cool is if like, I'm thinking more solid color, is
Sure.
if you did like a full rainbow fade, like diagonally from his head to his butt.
Oh.
And like, you know, obviously do it like to where it's like the red's at his head, and then, you know, it goes to orange or whatever across his body, but it goes in a like kind of a diagonal. Like, does that make sense? Since he's uphill, so it kind of
right. So it actually like flow with him. Yeah.
Yes, and then mask off his mane and his tail and leave it white.
Oh, that'd be kind of ooh.
And give him like a face marking or and a sock maybe, but yeah.
There was at one point I did a it was the first sticker for that I ever did for the sticker club, and it was a rainbow brindle. He was, which I actually did a model of him, but it was very, very experimental, and it didn't quite turn out the way I wanted. Real quick, everybody in chat, it's gonna look like Star Stable paused. I'm just trying to find an image. He was black, and then the brindling was the rainbow color. And I did it on Dundee, which was very cool, but compared to what I kind of wanted it to look like, it wasn't quite right. There's the model. Let's see if, like, he turned out cool, but it wasn't exactly what I had in mind. And I've thought about doing that again. Where are you?
That would be really cool. Is it weird though that like I'm thinking like the reverse of like doing it white with the brindle over top instead of the black?
Oh, like white brindle instead of the. See, no, I that would be really cool too. This was actually the concept. Whoop! Of course it does that. Okay, hang on. This. Are you gonna show up? Okay, it's going. That was the actual art. So it putting it on Dundee wasn't like the ideal thing because I didn't have the mane to play with necessarily. But Animar has like a pretty long mane and tail that I could actually get a gradient going on if I did something like that again.
Yeah, I think that would look great. I mean, looking at that, by the way, you should totally do glow paint on his hooves and eyes.
Oh yeah. I have a bunch of sample packs of glow paint. I have a huge pack of red glow. which
Ooh.
I've actually used. I'm going to use it for. I mixed it up not too long ago to see if it works, and it does.
Oh, nice.
But Lurie has a horse with me that she wants to do her original character on, and he's like pitch black, and I have some of that like red, gold, purple chameleon paint for like the undercoat.
Ooh, yeah.
But I also have the glow red for like his mane. She wants it on his mane, his tail, his eyes, and his hooves. And I'm like, that's gonna be wicked cool. Like,
Definitely.
but I also have aqua, green, and blue in like the little sample packs, which would definitely be enough to do like eyes and hooves on something like that. I also
I wonder how well the aqua would glow, because that would be cool for some eyes.
the aqua's pretty nice. The aqua and the blue are really pretty. The other thing I thought about for hooves like that, and I know I did silver ones on the model, is actually getting some holographic pigment from solar color dust, and like that could be the hooves.
Yeah.
Because that was kind of my, like, if you zoom in on the artwork and you look at the feet, you can see I kind of like tried to do a holographic effect, and then the sticker itself was holographic.
Okay.
So I think that like now knowing more about like mixing paint and like the resources that I have to do, like to get that kind of stuff, I really think that I could have some like a cool, like a very neat horse that's a little bit more like what I initially drew.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially because I have a lot. I mean, because I could even do silver with that holographic glitter that I used on sprinkles over the top, and it would probably give that same effect.
I was gonna say, if you do him in this color, like,
Yeah,
you said that, was this one of your first sticker designs, you said?
that was the very first club one I ever did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think if you do him, you should definitely keep him for a minute and show him, because, you know, you're basically your first baby, so to speak.
Yeah. No, it would be fun. I did I had two Dundees that I think it must have been 2020 that I finished that one, and he had a brother who was significantly less unrealistic colored. And I did them both at the same time because we just had like a shit ton of Dundees in stock. Like, well, these gotta get out of here somehow.
Right.
But I'm getting Animar on Tuesday, but I'm gonna be out of town, and I still don't quite have my stuff set up yet to paint. But that's definitely like the moment Christmas is over, I'm going gangbusters and getting my stuff set up, because I'm like, I can't take this anymore. I'm itchy.
Yeah.
I'm like,
No,
like
I
let
totally
me
get
out. You know?
No, I totally get it. But yeah.
I have so many projects right now, my dude.
Yeah, I have yeah, my second Animar will be here Tuesday, and my
nice.
last one is getting shipped out on Monday, so you should arrive hopefully within the week.
Yeah.
And then actually, you know that the dilute colored one? The custom one? Yeah. Actually, so if you're looking at the pictures are awful. Like, she's got some kind of yellowish light on him.
Yes. Yeah.
So if you look at the video, he looks so much better.
Oh, good.
So I actually put in an offer on him.
Oh, good. Okay. Because I know, like, there are some people who, like, and it's not really any fault, like anybody's fault, is your lighting is off, or like the background you have it on doesn't do any service to the horse, or whatever. There's a million reasons why something doesn't look good in a photograph. So, like, you know, it is what it is. And like, I know that color is your cup of tea. And then there's me, and I'm like anything champagne, I'm like, maybe no.
Well, technically,
Is he?
see, that's the thing. Like, I don't know what to call him because technically, so I'm looking at the reference photo that the artist used, and technically, I would call that a Carmelo, but she shaded him so dark
Yes.
that I'm like, it's more like a Perlino, but there's no red in that hair.
Right.
I mean, I guess there are some Perlinos that have, you know, a blondish mane and tail, but they still have some hint of red. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna have a hard time assigning a color to him.
I wonder if there's like a genetic thing, like a genetic reason that you could say, like, that if you could find something that like, because you know sometimes red can be covered up by whatever, so like maybe there's some weird genetic thing you could find.
Right, I might look into some pearls and see, but the thing is with pearl horses, so basically from what I understand in Spanish horses, they do not have champagne gene at all.
Okay, so yeah.
Yeah, so pearl functions as like their champagne, basically.
Okay, gotcha.
So but with pearls, you can have, at least from the photos that I've seen, it looks like you can have blue or you can have green eyes. So maybe I could get away with a pearl. But
yeah, yep. Either that, or you're gonna have to find something that's not Spanish for a breed. You know, I mean, because with the model itself being, I mean, by all accounts, it looks like it's quote Spanish type, but it's an African breed. So there is a good chance that you can find something that may not necessarily count as Spanish, but looks a lot like, yeah.
Let's see, I'll show you the picture in chat.
Yeah.
Of what the horse is based off of, and it is an actual Berber horse that the artist used as a reference.
Okay.
Let's see if I can find it here.
I'm done.
Are you done, Courtney?
Yeah.
Is that why you just sent me a picture? Is that what you just sent me?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I wish
That's
I could.
awesome.
Okay, I wish I could show that. Actually, maybe I can show that to the chat. Hang on a second. Just for anybody that's still hanging out in chat, I have to show you guys this. So, Courtney has been wrapping a present for her father, and I might just be able to do it like this. So Courtney's been wrapping a present for her father, and it has to be one of the most hilarious things that I've ever seen. Can I do it as a browser? Wait. Okay. Maybe I'm just gonna have to save it. I thought like maybe I could do it as a browser source, but I don't think I can. Okay. Oh wait, I'm doing the wrong thing. Media source is a video. Darn you, OBS. Imig. There we go. Image file. Table. All right. It's gonna look weird on screen for a second because it's taking up the entire screen. Oh, this is gonna look so weird to anybody out of context. It's just like it was just like a giant table on my screen. All right, there it is. So, Courtney's been wrapping this monstrosity for her father. The fact that you individually wrapped the rungs on this table and like the legs on the table and the actual like you put it like inside and like made a box of, oh my god, Courtney. Oh my god.
No tape touching the actual table. It's all touching the wrapping paper.
Oh my god.
The bumper on the bottom can be powered for the table.
Like, it's like there's no way you'll ever guess it's a table.
Oh my god. I love it so much. I love it so much.
Alright,
there that goes.
I'll post in chat. Okay, so I'll post in chat.
Also, Lurie just sent me a video of her. She took her corgi to a Christmas lights show, and that's why she's not here.
Aww.
Oh, okay. You probably could actually get away with showing him as just that breed.
Yeah.
I do think that's pretty close.
Right, and I mean, like, that's obviously the whip image, but
Yeah,
if I
yeah.
go to...
Because even if he's got, like, it does look like that horse has a more creamy, yellowy mane and tail. So, like,
Yes.
if she, I mean, she got pretty darn close to that color.
Mm-hmm. But like I said, I don't know what kind of light she's using, because, like, it's really
Yep.
weird, because I can tell in her studio or wherever she was painting, it's got more of, like, a whitish light. So
Yeah.
here, I'll post it in chat here. This one.
As someone who, like when I was painting at home here, and, like, thankfully my new booth has actual, like, LEDs.
Okay, there he is, finished.
Oh, yeah, that's, like, miles better than the photos she was using in her advertisement.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we need to up her studio lights because all of her pieces look so yellow.
Yellow and, like, and I know this is a problem that a lot of people have with their photography too, is washed out, like, really, really washed out. And I don't know if it's, like, because of the sheer amount of light, because more light does not always equal better. Yeah. But, like, as someone who has always painted under yellow light, I'm really, really happy about the fact that I now have, like, LEDs on my paint booth that I'm going to be setting up. It came with an LED strip in it, which is awesome.
Yeah, you showed me that.
Yeah. So I'm super excited about that, but I'm hoping, because whenever I post videos and stuff of the actual painting process, I try my hardest to, like, edit the color back to normal so that it actually doesn't look yellow.
Well, and it's so hard too, because different devices are gonna make the pictures look different. So, like, if I'm looking at it on my phone versus my computer, it's gonna look totally different.
Yep. I mean, that's the same thing with, like, you know, you and I both doing digital art. We also know that not only are there different, like, color index profiles as far as like RGB versus CMYK, you know, but like you said, different devices handle things differently. So my computer monitor is going to display things differently than your phone, you know, or, like, even somebody else's monitor. So that's always a tricky part too. Like, you can only get so true to color when you're looking at something in a screen versus, or on a screen versus in person. So
Right.
Yep. Wee. Oh, I'm so close to leveling up this horse.
Oh, yeah,
So close.
I'm pretty close to leveling Wishbone up to 7. So.
Yay, Wishbone! I showed my mother the one picture that I took of Snowball on the top of the mountain, where, like, I can't see you and I can't see your horse, but I can see Snowball. And
Snowball.
it's just like, oh my god, like, let me really quick put that up for anybody on chat right now too that's still watching. This, if you missed last week, we did a really impromptu end of the world trip, and we wanted to do it just to do it because we were going to take the moose and everything to see if the moose could get up there. But Ashley still rode her walker and brought the gnome with her instead. And if you guys can see up at the top there's a little black dot. That's the gnome. Like, I'm circling it. Like, I know nobody can see this, but I'm circling it with my cursor. But god, yeah, yep, there it is. That's the gnome. It's so ridiculously funny to me. I love that so much. It's absolutely fantastic, and it made me, like, cry laughing when we were up there. I was like, this is just too good. This is too good. Just the fact that you can see Snowball so far in the distance, but we couldn't even see you and your horse.
Nope.
No, oh my god. All right, do I have anywhere else that I need to bring? Oh, I didn't go to Mr. Cod. Or did I? No, I did. I did. Okay, I have done all of my deliveries. I have not done the tornadoes in like 2 days.
I don't do it consistently every day, so I mean, I'm like, it's probably been actually since our last stream that I've played.
Yeah, I think that's about right for me too. Because it's both been like super busy and like I just there's something about some of the tornado activities that just bother me so much. Like the twins, I hate it.
Honestly, I like that because like I can hear them when they're close because you hear them laughing.
Oh yes.
And then if you look, you'll just see their little heads like running through the snow.
I
so
have
they're easy to find.
I
but
have turned the
everything
snow
else sucks.
off. Yeah, I've turned the snow off when I have to do them. But my thing is that a lot of the times I don't like to play with the audio on, or if I'm like at work
okay.
playing, I don't like my mom when she's at work playing on break, she doesn't have audio on her computer.
Okay.
So that's her least favorite one because she's like, I don't know where those little fuckers are. She's like, I can't find them. I walked into the office one day. It must have been like 9 a.m. and she was doing the tornado and she's like, I hate those kids. Like, yeah, bitch, me too. But the sheep one, the I will say that the metal detector one, I cannot do it on mobile. I tried. It's awful. Like, I had to actually like stop and log off and like go to a computer and do it on the computer because I just could not do it. And the sheep and the donkey ones, like I turn off the snow for all of them because
Yeah.
it's just
Can't
way
find.
too hard. You can't find them.
I leave the snow on because like I don't think about turning it off.
I know. Yeah.
But like I just start doing it and it's not that bad. It's just more of like I don't know. I guess it makes me kind of nostalgic because remember the hot and cold game like as a kid.
Yes.
Like
Yep.
yeah, that's very like
I haven't really had a problem with the sheep and the donkey ones, and then the metal detector one, like that's actually on desktop. It's really fun. Like just playing it like you normally like it's fun. I think that one's fine. It's on mobile that it's like it's just god awful. But the one day when the tornado was in Fir Grove, I had the worst problems finding the one sheep. My last sheep I could not find. And like every time I would go like I think I went it was the area between, I'll pull it up on the map here just so I can show the chat too. It was in this area between like Fir Grove Village and Starshine Ranch. And it was like it kind of ended around like that one pen down there where there's normally sheep. Where like Andy is. And I found the first 3 super easy, and then I could not find the third one. And I ran around the perimeter, you know, to the point where I was actually like out of bounds on occasion, and nothing. I went through like all the trail, like I actually like did like an S all the way through to see if I could find it. Couldn't find anything. So then I started up around the perimeter again, and I rode up the road towards Fir Grove, and I was out of bounds, and it started giving me the like, I hear a faint baa. And I was like, what the?
Yeah,
It's
there
out
was
of
one that was all
bounds?
the way. There was one that was all the way up by the entrance to Fir Grove.
That's the one that got me because I did not see it. I like every time I went up that way, I'm like, well, why would one be so close to the boundary? But it was right on it. Like, this is not okay. This is not cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. My horse is not full. Oh, it is full health. Okay, so now I am fully leveled up, so I can actually start doing races for cha-ching again. Start doing races for high scores again. Yeehaw, I have a fully leveled horse.
I really wish we had one of these. So one of the new Western bridles for
Yeah.
the like the trail, one of the trail red sets, the white and tan.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would love to have one of those for that, but I don't.
I really wish they would have done a new bridle, like the new bridle for the Howdy Holiday set or whatever it is, the one that you can get with the tokens, because between that and then the first saddle pads not actually like looking how they did in the teasers, or actually in not even in the teasers, in Star Stable's own photos, like in Star Stable's own promotional photos, they do not look right. Like the ones in the game are rounded. They look like English pads, which yeah. And then they pair them with and I hate that when they're like, oh, here's a Western saddle and the pad for it is that big honkin' English looking one.
Right. And
Like,
it's
seriously?
like, do you not know what a Western pad looks like?
Right. So
It's long and rectangular, or the short, or like I like to use the I guess you'd call, they're not English saddle pads, they're too small. It's like the they almost look like a half pad, I guess you would call it.
yeah,
Where
there's those.
where it lines up with the Western saddle. Like I use those for the Western saddles too, because let's face it, our Western pad selection is very lacking.
Yes, and I know they've just come out with a new model, which is very nice. But I would have preferred, like, I mean, the one that I have on, this is the one from last year. What is this set called?
The
Winter Wishes. So maybe that was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, 2020. Yeah, it was 2020.
Okay.
It's super cute. And I just got one of those new bridles to go with it because I just matched up the darker saddle leather. So that's kind of my plan with the holiday, like the Howdy Holidays set, is I'm not going to get the saddle pad with tokens, and I'm not going to get the bridle with tokens. I will just, like, at some point go in the store and buy one of these bridles to go with it and one of the new saddle pads, because they have this nice, like, the brown and tan one, the warm brown one. And then there's there's like two different, there's like a tan, it's called tan and cool brown. And
is it like weird that I'm waiting until like spring to get the tan and green saddle?
I don't think so.
Because like I'm like, it's winter, I don't want this right now.
You talking about the Rocky Mountain one that's got that one's super pretty. I also really, really like the coat that we got from today's box under the tree.
Yes.
The pink fashionista coat.
I'm right now changing my stuff to match it a little better.
I was telling my mom, because she's got the light chestnut, like Barbie horse looking Hoflinger. And I was like, you need to like put a full-on pink tack set on it. I said, you gotta go full Barbie. Like,
oh my god,
it's really cute. Like,
I'm honestly surprised that they went with pink. I mean, I think, I don't know. I've looked at spoilers as to what we're getting for all the presents, so I'm not gonna spoil it on here. But I would have thought that this coat should have been red and white, to be a little more Christmassy, but no.
There's a purple one too, isn't there? Because I've seen that in the and that's cute too. Oh, I met the champ.
But like, again, odd colors for holidays.
Yeah, some of the leggings are weird colors too. Like, we got the blue and pink ones the other day.
Yeah, I mean, but like, although the snowman hat, I gotta say, the blue is just like snowballs.
Yeah. No,
So
that's cute. But I've got to say, this year has to be like some of my favorite tack sets that I've seen come out from Star Stable for the winter event. Like, the one that I've currently got on is a classic. I love it a lot. But like, I'm saving up for the bear hug one, and that's probably going to be the only one that I actually like buy. But the two the Sage one and the Howdy Holidays one that you can get from the tokens are just very classy and nice. Like, they're very tasteful.
I already can't wait for another Tennessee Walker coat. I really want a bay. Give me a bay.
Oh, yeah. Are you guys... Well, I know Courtney's muted right now, but are you planning on getting one of the wilds when they come out? The magic horses when they come out this week coming up?
Yes. I want to see the unicorn in game, but as for the Icelandic, definitely. He's so cute. The whiskers, and I saw someone complaining under one of the posts by Star Stable. They're like, why don't all horses have this coat? This is a waste of a magic horse. And I'm sitting there going, all horses can't have snow on them. And also, and they were talking about the price, and it's like, okay, you realize they added individual whiskers on this horse and iced every single whisker. And
it glows. It also glows.
And so, how much is the normal Icelandic? Anybody know offhand?
I want to say it's $850.
Yeah, so so you've got the base Icelandic, and then you've got this really gorgeously shaded bay coat, with I assume hair detail. I mean, we'll see.
It looks like it does, yeah.
Right, and then you've got all this, and people don't understand when you're doing coats like that with hair detail, how long that takes.
Yeah.
And then you've got this beautiful ice frosted coat that just looks not too over the top, but it's, granted, yes, it looks like your horse that stood out in the snow and, and out in the middle of a snowstorm. But this is a coat that stays on there. The snow doesn't fall off the horse as you're running.
Right, which it absolutely would were every horse to have it in the game.
Right.
Yeah.
Which honestly, though, sidebar, I really think that would be a great feature to add. Now that they've added the snow, that maybe eventually they expand it to where if your horse has been standing for a minute, it accumulates a little snow on it. That
would be very funny. That would actually be really cute to have a little bit of snow on their butt that just kind of maybe just fades. You could probably it'd probably be easier if it just faded out as you were moving.
Right. Yeah. Or even if they you remember how they used to do the sparkles on the magic horses when they would change?
Oh yeah.
So maybe they can use that same kind of mechanic to have the snow fly off them,
No, that would definitely be fun. Let's see. I'm debating on whether or not I actually want the Paso. I'm gonna pass on the Icelandic because I think it's just not the regular coat. I mean, both coats are really cool. I just have so many Icelandics at this point. I have at least 3 or 4, and I'm I cannot do another one. And I even want the I like the white spotted one, the white spotting pattern.
Yeah,
I love him, and I don't have that one, but my mom does, and I'm that's good enough for me. I can log into her account if I want to take pretty pictures. I don't need it,
that's one thing I think I'm really interested to see with the unicorn is its natural coat, because looking at it, it looks like a light gray with some modeling on it, because I have seen some flecks on it.
Yes.
Very cute. So I can't wait to see it.
It looks like it might actually be just a flea bitten gray. That's kind of what it looks like to me when you actually, although it could also very well be modeling. And maybe they're going to say oh, it's a few spot appy or something like that, because it's got modeling on it. Or a gray with vitiligo or something like that. But I don't know, part of me is do I really need another Paso? And then part of me is unicorn.
Dude, I have every other Paso in my stable, so yes, I need another one to add to my collection. I'm keeping a model horse equivalent Conga going in Star Stable.
Oh, yes. That was me with the there was one horse that came out that I had so many of them, and I cannot remember. So the Lusitano, I had a bunch of Lusitanos. but then I was like, maybe I gotta quit doing that, because it would feel like that was back when, you know, horses only came out like they do a batch at a time with colors. And my brain was like, oh man, if you if you waste your money on another one of these, then when something new comes out, you won't be able to get something new, you know?
Right.
And now it's like, I don't think there's necessarily a fear of like the new and missing out, because not only do we have spoiler videos, but everything drops at one time. So I don't have to worry about like, okay, if I buy this one now, the color I won't have enough for when the color that I actually like comes out next month or whatever, you know?
Right.
So.
All right. And like, honestly, I like that we get things like that now, because
I do
again,
too.
you can plan ahead. You can, and they usually offer double star coins like 1 to 2 weeks before they drop a new breed. So, so people talk about, I mean, I get if you don't have the money to buy star coins, but
right.
But like, people talk about, you know, prices and everything. It's like, well, you have to understand that this horse, yeah, you have to see everybody else riding around on those horses that you can't have just yet. But you know, they're going to be in game. You know, it's not like they're like the bark horses that disappeared forever.
Right. I don't think they're ever going to do that again.
Which I am so sad, because I never had a chance to get either one of those horses. And so I'll never have them. But, you know, I'm glad they attempted it with the Mawari and the Percheron to have some new ones, but they're not my cup of tea, unfortunately.
Yeah. I got the Percheron of those because I liked the regular coat so much. I thought that was awesome.
Right.
But I really only ride around in the normal coat, and I hate doing that with magic horses. I really do. I'm like, and not that I have not like bought a magic horse for one coat or the other, but it's definitely like a huge perk if I can get a magic horse in which I like both coats and can ride around in both coats.
Definitely. But yeah, I'm definitely one thing that I wish that they would change with the magic horses is I understand why they don't, but I wish they would allow us to change the hairstyles.
Same.
On the at least the base coat color. I don't care if it converted back to the other original one.
Yep.
When you change to the magic coat, but like.
Yep.
At least for the base coat would be nice.
I agree. Hard agree.
And maybe they'll change that. I mean, because I can understand it would be hard for the magic coat to have to go through each mane and tail style and adjust it to look right.
Yeah.
But for the base coat colors, I mean, that shouldn't be that bad. Like
exactly.
The Icelandic, it'll be black, you know?
Yeah.
Simple enough.
Okay, there is trying to figure out where that's in that area above Moorland and below Nilmer's Highland. They just changed over the events.
Oh, are you talking it's over by the bridge to cross over to where if you were going to Fir Grove.
Okay.
In Startown. It's the goats.
Oh.
You know what I love about the snows? You can see the trail where the little goats went.
Yes. That's my favorite part about the snow with these goats is like, I can follow the trail.
Yep. It stays for a minute, so.
Yeah.
So if you hurry.
Okay. Hello? Little goat? Oh, there it is. Little
There
goat.
you are.
There's Courtney.
Hello.
How you doing, Courtney? Are you dying? Yeah.
I need to call pretty soon.
Okay. I'm probably not going to be on too much longer, at least like streaming. I want to finish up the current winter events so I can get some more tokens and then probably call it, and I might hop on Red Dead for a while after I hop off stream because
Do you play Red Dead on PC?
yes.
I'll have to put it back on my PC and we'll have to play together sometime.
Oh please, it's ridiculously fun when like the only other
have
person right now that has it is Lurie, and the times that we have been on it together have been pure chaos. It's absolutely hilarious.
See, and I love playing with friends, but I don't have anybody to play with.
Right.
Because I have, for a console, I have it on Xbox.
Okay.
And my friends that have it, my friends that have it, they're not my friends anymore.
Yep.
And then for PC, I have one friend, but he never wants to play, so. I even bought it for another friend, so I'd have somebody to play with, and no, they don't use it.
I made my boyfriend get it because I was like, we need a game that we can play together. And I was like, what about Red Dead? And so he got it, and he's one of those that will buy a game and grind the hell out of it for like a week straight, and then he wants nothing to do with it anymore. And I'm like, you can't do this to me.
Right?
I want to play.
Well, and it sucks too because, okay, so my boyfriend bought the game for the both of us originally. And so he installed it on his account first, got the Ultimate Edition.
Okay.
But because he installed it on his account first, his account got all the perks with the Ultimate Edition.
No.
So I had to, yes. So for the early online access and all that, I had to use his account. So my account is on his account, so he can't play with me anyway.
Oh no. Oh man, did I do these already? I bet I did. The ones that are actually in the village as far as... Well, I'll do this one and see if I get a token.
Oh yeah, they changed them. I gotta go back to the village.
I did these already. Okay. Oh, and I must have done the goats already too, because I didn't get any tokens out of that. Wow. No.
Well, you grind. It shows you do too much during the day.
Yep. Apparently, can I get anything with 11 tokens? No, not out of the set that I want. I have 11 right now.
I have 25.
Ooh, nice.
But I'm just saving up because I'm like, there's nothing I really want like too bad right now, so I'm just gonna. Just when I can get them.
To keep the morale up, I get them a little bit at a time.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, let me just piecemeal this together, you know. Let's see. I don't have enough yet for... I want the rest of the bear hug stuff, and I've got the saddle pad right now. I don't necessarily need the clothing, you know? I always go for the tack first, because I'm like, somewhere in my inventory I have an outfit that I can wear that will go with this. But as far as the tack, I'm like, if I have to wait a whole year to get the stuff that goes with that tack set, I'll always get the saddle, the bridle, and the saddle pad first.
Same.
And then I try to go back and because those are often the most expensive. So if I really have to have the whole thing, I will try to get all of the expensive stuff with shillings and then go back and pay for the little, the saddlebag, the boots with star coins, because those are the least expensive star coin wise. So I've got a strategery.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, let's see.
All right, I'm gonna hop off stream. I'm not gonna be able to do Wednesday because I will actually be at my boyfriend's. And then Saturday's Christmas. So that's not gonna happen either. So we'll be back on let's see, what's that date? It'll be Wednesday the 28th, which is not the last week because there's 5 weeks of the Christmas event, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, it goes through January 4th is yeah, so it'd be the 7th, 14th, 21st, 28th, and the 4th, and then it would go away on the 11th. Okay, so we still have time. We still got plenty of time for stuff and things. All right. Good night, stream.